Oh, and that ball now. Don't run on the misfield. Be careful. Can't afford any run-outs in this situation. But here, boys, both these batsmen, typically Asian players, you don't want to have a field that's too straight on this pitch. You've got to have very square. Make them try to hit the ball early.
Especially when Lassit is getting some swing. Have mid-on, mid-off, wide, give him a little bit of a gap through the offside to try and get him driving. But I agree with VVS. I think they've got to take a bit of time, build a partnership, reassess their batting innings, come the 30th, 35th over, and then really decide what they're going to try and end up with.
Knows the call there. Just worrying and looking at this pitch now with this shadow starting to encroach. VVS and Kumar, is it going to worry the batsman here at all or not?
Always a tough time for batsmen, the twilight time when just before the sun sets, always tough. But what will be interesting to see, especially because the wicket is bare, whether the ball will start to reverse.
I think it will, and I think that'll make Lassit's role even more important for our side come the back end of the innings.
And he's gone for the Yorker, and again he's too straight at mid-on. At least two. Oh no, he didn't want three. They dawdled the first two, boys.
And not the best of running there. You need to try and convert your runs into twos and your twos into threes. If there's any chance, make sure you run that first run hard. And both the batsmen guilty of ball watching and not really committing to herring between the wickets, trying to get that one-run advantage. It also gets Mushfiqur back on strike and doesn't allow Lassit to try and work over just one batsman.
It was an interesting call there by Mushfiqur. I didn't think it was his call because Mitton was running to the danger end. But anyway. Oh, he's got a hole there again on the leg side. So just starting a little fight back here. 3 runs from it. It's 15 for 2. Until about 10 o'clock tonight. The shadow just starting to encroach on the pitch here. So Lakmal doing a wonderful job here for Sri Lanka, bowling beautifully. And fighting there the hole. Just like to work the ball behind point, getting bat on ball, Kumar.
It might be an interesting opportunity for Angelo Matthews to try and close that gap up. And try and put some doubt into the batsman when he's trying to run it down the third man, get that gully a little finer and actually get him pushing at the ball to try and beat a wide, third or fourth slip.
Especially the length Lakmal is bowling, it's very difficult for the ball to go to the second slip position. Ideal to have that second slip move to the fourth or fifth slip position just to save that single. Not allow the batsman to rotate the strike. But very impressed with the discipline Lakmal has showed. I still remember the Sri Lanka series when Sri Lanka toured India in November, December. Used the conditions, the Kolkata test match where there was a little bit of moisture on the wicket because of rain. Bowled really well, and his strength, it's always been his control and his discipline. And also in Dharamshala, he got 4 wickets when the conditions suited him.
Absolutely, he's a very good bowler. And as long as he doesn't have to shoulder the burden on his own of trying to break through, he has the ability to really control one end and really make life difficult for a batsman. He's got a quick bumper and also good variation. Also good Yorker at the death as well. but it's just about making sure that when the wickets have fallen now, they also try and bowl in partnerships, understand who's going to attack and try and get wickets, who's going to hold down and build pressure from the other end.
So now all of a sudden Angelo Matthews is starting to say, okay, this ball's getting soft. Both the balls are getting soft now. So we're taking the slip out. We've got a short cover in. We're just trying to just jam it up between cover point and backward point. And there. Now, boys, maybe there should have been 3 in the previous over. Just watch here, particularly at Mushfiqur. So here he is on the right hand, number 15, Mushfiqur goes after, not the fastest bloke between the wickets, and then watch him straight away. He hasn't, and he's saying no, it's Mitten's area. He's hit it. But I often thought about guys when they've hit it, they often try to get that extra run. But Mushfiqur was never ever wanting that one. David Boone, the match referee, was particularly good at that in the last 10 overs. Good piece of fielding again. You know, you get these guys here that they run when they hit it, but when you hit it, they're backing up for that extra 2. David Boone was brilliant at it. He really was. To what a player he was over the years. People forget. Man of the match in a World Cup final, 1987. Just a brilliant, brilliant player. Over 100 Test matches, 200 ODIs. Never really understood what David said. He mumbled a lot. But what a player. The whip on the leg side. That might be the first boundary. It will be. The pressure just starting to be released for the Bangladeshis. 8 overs gone. It's 20 for 2.
Imagine what an infused depth and distance effect looks like. Imagine an AI selfie camera that makes you shine under low light and truly knows your face. Imagine having an S3X smartphone to express yourself.
Infinix, the future is now.
Mushfiqur being the play a little, they worked it very well on the leg side. So all of a sudden Ponzo comes on here. Spin, boys. Miller Ponzo, slow left arm orthodox.
Yep, 7 matches, 7 wickets. Balls quite tightly, quite accurate, wicket to wicket. If there's any turn, we'll try and use the pitch to try and feed that first slip. But spin is something that the Bangladeshis have been quite comfortable with. But with 2 wickets down, Tamim in the shed with an injury, it's another opportunity for Angelo Matthews to try and pick up a wicket.
Now, normally they use 2 white balls, so this is in the 5th over. I know it doesn't normally